And now using their first is Jacksonville, so they've got 2 with 1:48 to go. Second and goal from the 2. Hunt in for the touchdown. And now the all-important extra point to make it a 4-point game and force the Jaguars to get it into the end zone, as that was an impressive drive by the reigning AFC champs.
It really was, and it's just Patrick Mahomes knowing exactly what it was that he needed to do. They took over 6 minutes off the clock on that drive. Would have loved to have taken a little bit more, but they cap it off with the touchdown here to Kareem Hunt. And now Trevor Lawrence, first let's get the extra point. This is an important extra point here by Harrison Butker.
And he drills it. 4-point game, 28-24 with Kansas City on top. Jacksonville with 2 timeouts, 1:45 for Trevor Lawrence to do something about this 4-point deficit.
Yeah, I mean, the worst thing that happened to Jacksonville was the fact that Kansas City scored. The best part is they've got 1:45 and they still have 2 timeouts. So there's all the time in the world for Trevor Lawrence, and this is one of those moments. It's one of those defining moments for a quarterback, and one that could have a major impact on the remainder of this season for Jacksonville. We came in, Joe, talking about it. Not all games are the same, even though they all count the same. This is a big moment for Jacksonville, Liam Cohen, Trevor Lawrence, and they've got all the time to get it done.
Mahomes with his arm and his legs. 5 for 5 through the air, 51 yards, 2 big runs for 20. And then Hunt takes it in. And it's 28-24. The lead for the team that since Patrick Mahomes has taken over quarterback, their season has not ended before the AFC Championship game.
Yeah, it is. As someone who played and went to 4 consecutive, it's hard for me to even get my head around what they've been able to do.
This is Tootin. It goes out of bounds.
Wow.
And that'll put the ball up at the 40. That makes it a little bit easier with 1:45 and 2 timeouts.
Yeah, you don't see that a lot from the Kansas City Chiefs. It's why they've been so hard to beat. They typically don't make those kinds of mistakes that beat themselves.
Been some costly special teams mistakes tonight. Some flags against Dave Toeb's crew. And the drive will begin at their own 40. 2 timeouts. Down by 4. That was Travis Hunter in motion. Lawrence has to spin out of there. And he's just going to try and pick up what he can, and he gets 5+. They're going to give him 6. 1:30 to go, and back to the line of scrimmage as fast as they can.
And now would be the time for Chris Jones to make his mark. He's at the top. On 2nd down and 4, Lawrence able to outrun Jones. And now brought down by Leo Chanel. And a timeout is taken by the Jaguars. They're left with 1, and that is a loss of 3 and a sack for Chanel. Well, it's a great job. Chris Jones is the one who forces them out of the pocket. They've got Walker Little, and then they bring a little help with Hunter Long at tight end, and so they got 2 guys over here trying to take care of Chris. Little's a little late getting over to help, but he was the one who forces them out of the pocket, and then they've got the Chiefs there to finish it off. So he just has not been able to sit in the pocket and deliver the football the way he would like.
Karlaftis joined Chanel to bring down Trevor Lawrence, and now it's 3rd down and 7 with just over a minute to go. Starting center Robert Hainsey is out. Anton Harrison, their right tackle, was out. Now he's back in there. And Travis Hunter is out there for the Jaguars.
And no Brenton Strange.
Their top tight end. Lawrence for Thomas. Oh, he dropped it in. Catch is made. And the first of the second half for Brian Thomas Jr. What a time for it.
You couldn't throw that any better. I couldn't tell if it was Karlaftis that got the pressure on him or not, but he was under duress in the pocket. And for a guy who has struggled in the early part, right here off the edge, but you see Lawrence, he has to kind of hang in there and delivers this ball. Brian Thomas, I mentioned he's had some issues with drops and struggled a little bit in the early part. Could not have come up with a bigger catch at a bigger moment.
How about 33 yards on 3rd and 7? Lawrence, De'Ami Brown, another good throw.
That ball was thrown on a rope, and De'Ami Brown, with outside leverage, he's able to get to the outside. Just an excellent job coming off the line of scrimmage. Jalen Watson's outside leverage, but because he's threatened by De'Ami Brown up the field, he's able to get to the outside of him, and then just a rope by Trevor Lawrence. Those are his 2 best throws of the night.
There's 48 seconds left. They have a timeout. Kansas City with 3 timeouts remaining. They could run it here if they want. On first down, late pressure. Lawrence was hit. And the Jaguars looking for a flag with De'Ami Brown, the intended target, and Trent McDuffie in coverage.
That was close because you leave the ball in the wrong area on that throw, bad things can happen. And this ball gets away from Lawrence a little bit.
I don't see a foul there, Troy. He's got contact, but he's playing the ball as well. That's legal.
Yeah, a lot of contact. Sure, I agree.
2nd down and 10. And the play clock expires.
Delay a game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
That's 2.
Can't happen. You could hear he was using the hard count, which is great, but you also got to know how much time's on the clock. Here's the clock over here, and he's never looking over that way to see what was on the clock. Just it's happened tonight. It's happened last week, and it can't happen in these moments.
Makes it 2nd and 15. Play clock under 5 again. Quick throw, De'Ami Brown. Got through 2 tackles, but doesn't get much. And a timeout is taken quickly by Jacksonville before a 3rd down after a gain of a couple. We'll take a look at the 2 quarterbacks. Interesting quick timeout by Jacksonville right there as you look at the numbers. 300-yard passing game for Patrick Mahomes. Each quarterback has run for a touchdown, thrown for a touchdown, and thrown an interception. And both guys lead their team in rushing. But it's 3rd down now and 13.
Well, when you do call the timeout, you allow Spagnuolo and this defense to figure out what kind of look they might want to bring.
Extra men on the rush, blitz. Lawrence floats it, end zone. And no flag that I see. There is a flag in the corner. It was Cook defending and face guarding. It was Cook who ended up with a ball, and it looked like, Russell, that was pass interference.
Yeah, he initiates contact. He's not playing the ball. That's pass interference.
Kamari Connor.
Pass interference. Defense number 27. Ball's placed at the 1-yard line. 1st down.
Didn't see the flag initially, and there is Connor with the contact and not playing the ball.
Yeah, he's got his back. He's in man coverage. Brian Thomas, when the ball's underthrown, that's what you got to do as a receiver. If you can get your foot planted, come back, you know, it puts the DB in a tough position.
Second pass interference call against the Chiefs tonight. It's 1st and goal with 30 seconds left. Now Lawrence goes down, has to get up, breaks a tackle, touchdown Jacksonville.
Defense number 6. That penalty is declined. Result of the play is a touchdown.
Jaguars back on top. There was a holding call against the Chiefs in the end zone. And Trevor Lawrence, there were some mistakes made on that possession, but man, he made some big-time throws. And how about that run?
There was no timeouts remaining for Jacksonville, so when he goes down, if he's tackled there, they're going to have to hurry to get to the line to get the clock stopped. He was able to score. Oh, man.
And it's a 3-point game after the extra point by Cam Little. And now Kansas City with 3 timeouts remaining on their side.
The center, I think, steps on his foot, or the guard. It's the right guard. That's what happened. Steps on his right foot as he's trying to come out. And it looked like he was dead in the rights. And here they all come. He looked like Earl Campbell getting out of there. But I remind you, this is not over.
I also remind you that a kickoff out of bounds put the ball at the 40 to start this drive. They got the call in the end zone on the pass interference on Chamari Connor. And then Trevor Lawrence is able to take it in after falling down, getting stepped on, in one of the more exciting 1-yard touchdown runs you'll ever see.
No, there's no kidding about that. That's an excellent job. He's battled throughout the night. It's been far from perfect. But, man, what a gritty performance by Trevor Lawrence with his legs, making some big-time throws. The one to Brian Thomas up the sideline when he was under pressure. You can't throw that and place it any better. It reminded me of the throw Eli Manning made against the Patriots in the Super Bowl one year. Just on the money.
It's going to be returned by Brashard Smith. And it's a nice return, but a flag flies, and now we're down to 16 seconds. And it's going to be a hold against Kansas City, another special teams penalty against the Chiefs.
Now that is a massive penalty, taking away these yards.
Return team number 43. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down, Kansas City.
That's again on Jack Cochran, and that's the 4th special teams penalty against the Chiefs in this game.
Yeah, they were only, if they don't get the penalty, they're 15, 20 yards away from at least giving Butker an opportunity to try to tie this game up.
16 seconds. 3 timeouts, and the ball will be placed at the 17.
That's a massive penalty against the Chiefs.
Career long 62 yards, which means getting it to the Jaguars 44. Mahomes over the middle, broken up. Kelsey and Worthy were both there, and it was Eric Murray who knocked it away. And now only 9 seconds remain.
Looked like Murray might have had an opportunity of making the catch and the interception and ending this game, but right now they just want to get the ball on the ground. Here he comes. That's all he was focused on. He very easily could have made an interception on that ball.
They put 1 second back on the clock. 10 seconds remain.
Gotta be careful about playing too deep.
Underneath, neither receiver had their head around. It was Hollywood Brown and Xavier Worthy. And neither one were ready for the throw, and now 7 seconds left.
If Hollywood Brown, he's not looking. If he catches this, I mean, they were so deep, Joe, that he catches it and is able to run. I think there's a good chance if he had been smart, knew when to get down, that they could have had a shot to try to tie this with Butker.
7 seconds left. Still 3 timeouts. 3rd down and 10. Underneath, it's Kelsey. He goes down, and a timeout is taken with 2 seconds left. Let's go back to that opportunity for Hollywood Brown over the middle when he wasn't ready for it.
Well, they were so deep in coverage. I saw exactly what Patrick Mahomes was thinking. You know, look how deep these guys are and how much room there is. Now you get here Hollywood Brown coming through the middle, put it on him, and if he's able to catch it, you see he's one-on-one right here with Eric Murray.
Liam Cohen, I think he was thinking along those same lines, and what a statement win this would be in his rookie year as a head coach in the NFL as his team tries to get to 4-1.
Yeah, this is a defining game that can propel you to greatness.
They put a second back on. 3 seconds left. 2 timeouts. And now Mahomes calls timeout again. I mean, that's back-to-back timeouts, right, Russell?
Yeah, a team cannot call back-to-back timeouts. Kansas City had just called timeout. They can't take it. That's
Kansas City called back-to-back timeouts, and by rule you cannot do that. It's a 5-yard penalty. It'll still be 1st down.
I don't think they care about the 5 yards. Jacksonville was, even though Kansas City has timeouts, I think they were hoping they'd take 3 seconds off the clock.
You know, penalties, a big story coming in. The Jaguars, the most penalized team in the league coming in as far as accepted fouls. Tonight, it's Kansas City, 12 fouls. 12 flags. Jacksonville, 4. 1st down and 15. Nobody's even rushing Mahomes, and he lets it go, hoping for a penalty. Incomplete. Jaguars winning. Jaguars had lost 8 straight to Kansas City. They get their first win against the Chiefs, the Jaguars do, since November of 2009. Let's send it down to Laura with Trevor Lawrence.
Well, Joe, Trevor just said, woo, I'm tired, and I don't blame you. Let's start with your game-winning touchdown run. You get your foot stepped on, you're falling down, and somehow you score. What was it like from your perspective?
Just panic, sheer panic on the ground, we didn't have any timeouts, got stepped on coming out, and I was like, I got to get up, and I was just going to throw it out of bounds to stop the clock, and then there was really no one around me, so went and made a play.
You also made an incredible play, the throw to Brian Thomas Jr. He made a great play on his end, too, that really set up that touchdown drive. What can you say about the way that when it mattered most in this game, your guys stepped up for you and you did the same?
A lot of guys stepped up, and it takes all of us. The defense, special teams had some big moments. Brian staying in it. You know, we had on the drive before, I threw a 3rd down completion to Travis, so we kicked the field goal, and he ran the go route and told me, hey, I beat him. I got him on the go. So we came back to a little double move, and I knew if I got one-on-one, I was going to take a shot with him. I trust him.
We've talked tonight about how this could be a defining win for your team going forward. How can you build on this?
Just keep doing what we're doing. I mean, it's obviously our process is working. We got to stick to it, come to work every day, trying to get better. I think we've done a great job of that, and there's still so much more that we can improve on. Like even offensively today, had some turnovers. We had a turnover on the 1-yard line that was on me. So, I mean, there's things that we can build on, but we're finding ways to win against a really good football team tonight. So that's all you can ask for.
Pretty good birthday present. You got some cake waiting at home or anything?
Yeah, we got a lot of cakes at the house, so we should have plenty to choose from.
All right, congratulations.
Thanks, Laura. Appreciate you.
Joe.
Laura, he turns 26 today, and he won't forget this one for a while.
No, they'll be partying in Duval County tonight.
Chiefs walk out of here with a record of 2-3. They didn't lose their third game last year until Super Bowl 59. Jaguars are now 4-1 with their rookie head coach. Here's the game-winning score. Down goes Lawrence, up and into the end zone. And a final of 31-28 Jacksonville. What a joy to cover this one tonight. The Monday Night Postgame presented by Nationwide with SVP starts now.